What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd and welcome to another episode of Retro Night, and this time around we are playing X-Men 2 Clone Wars for the Sega Genesis. Excuse me. Sorry, I was drinking a Pepsi and had the burps. But anyways, let's get into it. We are playing X-Men 2, like I said before, the Clone Wars. Now, just like the angry video game nerd mentioned in his video when he played this game during his X-Men video, I want to know this too. Did George Lucas have a hand in making this, or what? Why is it called the Clone Wars? Why can't it be Apocalypse Attacks or some shit like that? I think they fight Apocalypse in this one. Or some shit. Oh, that's right. The Super Nintendo had fucking X-Men Apocalypse, Mutant Apocalypse, or some shit like that. Whatever. But still, it's like the Clone Wars. It's like, are there clones of the X-Men? Which there are. There are clones that you have to fight of the X-Men in this game. But it still doesn't guarantee. Why would you just call your whole game Clone Wars? Well, whatever. George Lucas still had the rights to the name because he's mentioned the Clone Wars. I believe in the original 3 he did, before he did Episode 2, the Attack of the Clones. But anyways, whatever. Let's get off of fucking Star Wars. Let's get into this game. So, okay, when you boot up this game, because I cut out that footage, when you boot up this game, it automatically just randomly chooses a character for you. So you can all of a sudden just, once you boot up the game, it starts you in the first level, which is a snow level. I was like, let's just skip that and get right to the title screen for the video, because I was like, well, I'm gonna probably play through most of the characters anyways, because it's like unlimited continues, so why not? And so I was just like, alright, I'm gonna be playing through, so let's just cut it out. So I'm playing as Gambit, and you're going through like a Sentinel factory. Pretty much it's just a normal platformer. You got enemies that you gotta fight, and then every so often you have bosses that you take down. Each character has life bars. The way you get more energy is by these DNA strands for your health. They got little ones and they got big ones, and each character has their mutant powers. The only one that kind of sucks is Cyclops's, because you actually have to, there's a meter next, there's an empty black bar next to your health bar. If you look on this, when you look while you're watching this video, find where the health bar is. It's the bar next to the X and the 1. Okay, now that you found it, look at the empty meter next to it. Yeah, that's the charge meter for Cyclops's optic blast. So you literally have to stand frozen, charge that up, and then shoot. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But he doesn't just shoot a little blast, he actually shoots like a full-on beam. So that's cool. That's cool that they have him shoot a full-on beam. You know, Gambit, just fucking throw cards. Wolverine, well, we already know his mutant powers is pretty much healing factor. It's not his claws, people. It's not his fucking claws. Stop saying his claws are his mutant power. That's not his fucking power. Well, with the retconning of it, now that they're saying that he's born with it, and that's pretty much now his mutant powers. He was born with those claws. Well, his real mutant power is regeneration. Claws, let's just say it was birth defect. It was part of the mutation thing, but it's not really powers. Power is usually entitled that, you know, it makes you more different than people. I mean, the claws make them different, but it's like, it gives you something like eye lasers or something. That's usually entitles powers. You know, are you magical power? Are you know, such and such, you know. So I don't count his claws as powers. It's his healing factor that is his power, because that's different from a normal person's. He gets ripped in half and crawls to his legs and puts his legs back on. He fully heals. A human being does that, he's dead. Yeah, I don't think he's going to crawl back to his legs anyways, but he's dead. So that's what makes him extraordinary from normal people, not his claws. It's his healing factor. Okay, so Wolverine's is not so much healing factor in this. They just gave him a special different claw attack. He sort of like lunges forward with his claws. You know, so Gambit's got his cards. Wolverine does a lunging attack. Cyclops got his optic blast. Psylocke does her little fucking psychic knife thing, but that's fucking weak as hell. It's her sword that makes her better. She's one of the better people to play as, because when she jumps and you hit the attack button, she sort of does the whole Luke Skywalker thing from one of the Super Star Wars ones. Once you get the lightsaber, I think it's Empire Strikes Back, but he just like fucking spins around with the sword out. Yeah, she does that, and it's like fucking awesome. Because everywhere else has like a jump kick thing. Beast. You know what? I don't think I ever did Beast's superpower. I know he can cling to walls just like Wolverine can climb up walls with his claws. Yeah, I never did Beast's. I think it's probably just like a special kick or him ball up in an attack or some shit. He doesn't really have that much mutant powers besides animal instincts and all that shit. And then Nightcrawler, it's his teleporting. They made his teleporting an attack. No, he doesn't attack after he teleports. He doesn't throw a punch or anything. It's just the cloud. The cloud from his teleporting kills people. Yeah, his cloud from his teleporting kills people. I don't remember that killing anybody before, but hey, they had to do something for his mutant power. But yeah, so pretty much you just go through multiple levels till you finally get to the end. I've never gotten to the end of this game, but I remember playing it fondly with my buddy Sal, and we always tried to get past as many levels as we can, and it's a really difficult game. You just gotta choose the right X-Men for the right job. So if you choose the wrong one, you're kind of fucked. But yeah, fun game, difficult as fuck, but worth it. I highly recommend picking up X-Men 2, The Clone Wars for the Sega Genesis. At least over X-Men for the Sega Genesis, because that one's just difficult in its own right, and it's not as fun. This one's a little funner, mixed with difficulty. So yeah, don't pick up the first X-Men. Just go straight to X-Men 2. 10 times more fun with the difficulty. So, anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of Retro Night, and we were playing X-Men 2, The Clone Wars. I wonder if George Lucas is gonna sue that I'm doing an episode on the Clone Wars. Oh well, whatever, fuck it. X-Men 2, The Clone Wars, for the Sega Genesis. Retro Nerd out.